SCP-108, Object Class, Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-108 is contained entirely by Subject 108-1. Subject 108-1 should be contained in a standard containment cell, measuring 3 meters by 3 meters, furnished with whatever items are requested, unless said items compromise security. Subject 108-1 is permitted to leave the room, wander freely, and eat in the main canteen. Medical examination to be performed on Subject 108-1 daily, filters to be changed as necessary. Description: SCP-108 is accessible through the nostrils of Subject 108-1. Subject is an African American female, 51 years old, see Addendum 108-1, who was previously employed as a cashier at Redacted, a small town hardware store in Redacted, Kentucky, since Redacted date. 108 has been housed at Site 17. Endoscopic examination of 108 reveals that the area accessible via the subject's nostrils is not the human naval cavity, but rather a bunker system of Nazi German construct dedicated to the production and maintenance of World War II era Messerschmitt Me 262 fighters. Exploration via robotic endoscope reveals that the bunker system has initial dimensions approximately 2 kilometers by 4 kilometers, with the long axis parallel to the main entrance/exit portal. While the exploration is by no means complete, 108 is believed to contain hundreds of airframes under construction on its assembly line, as well as 3 completed aircrafts. There's a large quantity of human remains in the complex, particularly concentrated around the entry/exit portal, with the corpses of Nazi officials, military personnel, Hitler Youth, and civilians, possibly Ukrainian slave workers, in an advanced state of decay. Evidence of a firefight near the entrance/exit portal supports the hypothesis that the German military personnel were swarmed by the civilians and were killed in the ensuing struggle. Some corpses show signs of cannibalism. Robotic endoscopic exploration continues, and high-discharge LED lighting, assembled piecemeal using the ship-in-the-bottle technique, has been deployed. Endoscopic examination in the interior of 108 reveals a large hangar door area with a kind of double airlock with blast doors large enough to admit 2 fully assembled fighters. A production line exists which will allow damaged fighters and deliveries to enter on one side of the hangar door and finished fighter stays on the other side. Turning the endoscope head 180 degrees reveals open doorway is an area of total blackness and 2 nostril-shaped penetrations in it. One nostril-shaped penetration is continued to whichever nostril is admitted in the endoscope, and the other is connected to the interior of the human nasal cavity. DNA testing reveals that the nasal cavity belongs to the subject. The black area is impenetrable and absorbs all wavelengths of light that the endoscope can carry. The black area is elastic and yielding when probed. Apparently, the portal system's unique 3-way arrangement on the outside world is designated A, and the interior of the ME262 factory is B, and the subject's nasal cavity is C when traffic is as follows. Anything including gases light going from A end up to B. Items going from B end up in A. End up in C. Items going from C end up in A. Presumably in 1944, it was intended that C and A were to be the interior and exterior of the double hangar at the Tempelhof based on the architecture and the hangar doors. Addendum 108-1. Subject claims that she was trained to perform the human blockhead magic trick in preparation for being a clown at a children's birthday party. After hammering a 4-centimeter long galvanized iron into her nasal cavity, she lost her grip at the end and dropped it inside her nose. Immediately she noticed a god-awful musty stench and experienced nausea and disorientation. Blowing her nose had no discernible effect and left no residue on tissue. She was able to breathe normally through her nose, and after 3 days the subjects got used to the hell's asshole smell and performed at the children's party at the delight of her nephew. Approximately a week later, after ignoring numerous complaints about the smell of her breath, the subject was diagnosed with pneumonia and placed in the corks of roxithromycin. Pneumonia responded to antibiotics, but reoccurred a week later. Her general practitioner also noticed that nasal examination in the otoscope showed simply blackness rather than inside of the nose. After admission to the hospital with chronic pneumonia, examination with 1-meter fiber optic endoscope allowed the endoscope to be threaded to the almost full meter. The extended ENT noted that they appeared to be seeing a Nazi eagle badge through the endoscope. Specialist examination notes were kept in the digital patient management system intercepted by the Foundation en route redacted suite. The subject was recovered without incident by Task Force Epsilon 9 disguised as high-risk warrant team of officers of the pre-dawn raid in June 19 redacted. By the end of the cleanup operations, the GP, ENT, 11 hospital personnel, and 2 civilians were terminated. The subject was examined by the Foundation staff and provided her with the air filtration units, which would be passed through her nostrils in piece metal and assembled like ship in a bottle In frustration, filling must be removed on a regular basis. When it gets expended roughly once a week, the subject is essentially inhaling the atmosphere of a former sealed Nazi mass war grave. Although initially hostile toward the Foundation, the subject has responded well to enhance psychological conditionings, protocols, and now accepts the situation. The plan has been proposed in line with the backing up of all critical Foundation data in Site-62 in SCP-108. Data could be written on the micro SD cards and similar compact non-volatile media and inserted into the subject's nostril. Provided some way to house the subject in a safe location is assured in the event of the XK class scenario. Research continues to find a way to move the entrance to the dimensional portal from the subject's nostrils to another location and discover the physical location of the bunker to determine its alternative access as possible. The original galvanized iron nail has yet to be found.